All right, Ron, it's a beautiful day here in Clarksville. I'm finally glad we got to chat with each other. How are we doing today?
We're doing good.
All right. Ron, to me, there's nothing better than chatting with our customers regarding their experience with Andy's buildings. Would you care if I asked you a series of testimonial questions today?
No, go ahead.
All right. Well, first off, Ron, I want to start off saying it's very important to us why a customer needs their metal building, no matter the use case for it. What gave you the notion to say, I really need a metal building for my needs?
Well, I tell you, I'm 70 years old and I've collected so much stuff, and I have a boat that's been sitting outside the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And too many vehicles and a lot of stuff that I'm attached to, so I just decided to get one.
Yeah, no, it makes sense because your boat is exposed to the elements such as rain, the storms, and we're a bunch of under a bunch of shrubs and trees, so you don't want leaves getting in there, having to clean that up every time. So it makes sense that you want a building.
It does.
So next of all, how did you find out about Andy's buildings?
Actually, from where we live, I drive by there at least once every day, and I've looked around at buildings for the last year.
Yeah.
I haven't really got serious about them, but I've looked at them.
So you basically seen us locally. You've seen Andy's office here in Clarksville, right?
I've seen his office, and I've seen all the others, and I've just drove by them all the time.
Yeah, yeah. And by any chance, did you see us on Facebook or on any ads, newspapers, or anything like that?
No, I never did.
Okay. Ron, is your building truly done? I'm curious whether you have a plan or not to further improve your building, such as insulating it, putting electrical or plumbing.
I'm probably going to run some electrical and plumbing out here to it.
Okay.
And maybe even insulate it later on.
Insulate it. Put some spray foam.
Yeah.
Yeah, spray foam. Okay. Ron, would you mind sharing a bit of your experience of the process? For example, did you meet with Andy in person prior? Did y'all discuss together the logistics of the process, such as projected build dates or features that your building will contain?
And actually, I stopped and talked to Andy, and he came out here and looked at the site. And we went back and got together and talked about the building, and then he turned me on to a concrete guy, and so I got hold of the concrete guy, and he done the concrete within a week. And I told Andy that I needed a building, the concrete was going in, and he got right after, and he told me it would be actually 2 weeks later than it ended up being.
Oh, wow.
And he called me and said, your building's ready now if you're ready for it. And I said, I'm bringing it on.
So would you perhaps say that was one of our excellency for you? Or was the time, was there any time constraint on your end?
No, there wasn't. Actually, it worked out good for me.
So earlier the better, really.
Earlier the better. I was ready for it.
And what specs are you building? What size did we get here?
20 by 30 with 9-foot eave heights, and I had 2 different sized doors, one for the boat and one for the lawnmower.
Okay, cool, nice. So I'm aware that you dealt with a local company at Andy's Buildings. You said you've seen our office in Clarksville, but there are far more options and choices out there, as you said. But I'd still like to ask, what do you personally look for when dealing with a metal or wood building company?
Yeah, I basically look for the one I like, the design I like, and if I get along with who's running the company and seem like they're square shooters.
Yeah.
Seem like they're going to be honest to you and do what they say and mean what they say.
Hey, so it seems like Andy's Buildings was a pretty good candidate for that.
Yes, I agree totally, 100%.
All right. Ron, I've had my fair share of investing in equities of various companies' business. There are people like myself that develop their own criteria when dealing with companies. A larger investment means finding the right person who will take care of you. Bear with me. I want to ask you, what do you find important when dealing with businesses that involve a larger investment than usual?
Seems to be that a lot of them have a lot more overhead in it than they dare to let you know, I think.
Okay.
And if you talk to them seriously, they'll get serious with you.
That's right. That's right. Well, did you have any kind of difficulty with us? Was there anything we could have done a little better to make this process easier?
No, I'm telling you, there was 2 guys showed up to do the concrete. They took this concrete, and it was 22 inches out of level. They put the fill and poured it in a day and a half and walked away, 2 people. And that's stripped and out the door.
Wow.
That was amazing.
Yes, that is amazing. Okay.
They saw cut it, and I tell you, I'm originally an old concrete man and iron worker myself.
Oh, okay, cool.
Had my own business putting up metal buildings and doing concrete.
Well, that means a lot to us.
I would have done this, but my wife told me I was beyond that. She wanted me to let somebody else do it for once.
Right. Well, that means a lot to us because you being a handyman from back then, I feel more appreciative that you were there cherry picking companies.
Yes, I was. I watched them along the way, and I was tickled. I told Gabriel, and also I can't think of his name, the one that built the building.
Jose,
that they're doing a good job. I was really proud of them.
Okay.
And
cool.
they built the building in a day and a half.
Yeah. Oh, so it took about a day and a half.
About 3 days for the concrete and the building, actually.
Wow.
So within a week, the building was here.
Yeah.
And put up.
So we were right in and out then.
In and out.
Nice. So that gives you a lot more liberty to do what you need.
Yeah,
for the building.
actually, I'm slower than you guys were. I'm still going through my garage trying to sort through stuff, trying to figure out what I want to bring out here and what I don't.
Yeah.
I got to build a bench and stuff.
Well, is there anything personal you'd like to say to us, Ron, before we wrap up?
No, I just appreciate you guys' service, and I think you guys will do good. Not sure how long you've been in the area. There's a lot of business, you know. It seems like the last few years, this small metal building business like this has really picked up tenfold.
Yes.
And so it's a really competitive business, I'm sure.
Yeah, this is why we come out here too. Not just for the competitive aspect from it, but we like to network with our customers. We like to network with them, make sure everything is 110% okay.
And I stopped and got a price sheet from one of the, I'm not going to mention names, one of the other dealers.
Yeah.
And stuff probably 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And I never really even got serious looking at it because I just wasn't really ready at the time. And the day I stopped down and talked to Andy, I decided that's what I was doing. I was going to do it right then without any delay because I knew it was a good deal.
Right. Okay. Well, Ron, that really wraps up this testimonial interview. We highly appreciate you doing this for us, but it was more of an honor for you to talk to us out here and for trusting Andy's buildings. It was a pleasure to have your building erected and more of an honor to have you chat with us.
Okay, I appreciate it, and you can tell Andy to give me 50% off on the insulation.
Done.
Later, guy. I appreciate you guys.